Hey everybody, I wanted to give you a couple quick little tips as you work on fixing errors in your Chapter 9 projects. Those are graded now. Grades are posted. You got some feedback. On the first one, Project 2, most people did really well. There's a couple things that were really common over Project 2 and Project 4, so I'm going to cover those real quick. I'm not going to go step by step through the entire project, but wanted to show you what I gave the most feedback for. So on Project 2, the Vacation Destinations workbook, the number one thing people missed was on this international travel. And what it wants you to do, starting in step 5, is to select A3 to D5. So make sure you get A3 to D5. And create a line chart in a chart sheet named International Travel Chart. So that tells us that the chart actually has to be in its own worksheet. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's the most commonly missed thing. The other thing is if you use the Insert tab to insert this line chart, you will see that it picks up month, the heading, as one of the months, one of the categories. Don't ask me why. It's a weird thing that Excel does. It can be adjusted. You can actually go here and turn off the month and apply and do all that. But the easiest way to do this, and this is what's kind of awkward about Excel, is if you select A3 to D15 and just use the quick analysis button, which I recommend for all the charts, then it doesn't pick up that month. It does exactly what you want. Make sure and change the chart title. But the other common thing missed about this is that it needs to be in a chart sheet. So the easiest way to do that is when you select on the chart on the Design tab, you just click on Move Chart, click on New Sheet, and put in the name that it gives you. Hit enter, and now it's in its own sheet. Then you can go in and adjust the chart title, add data elements. One that I talked about in my face-to-face class, I really like this data table, because if you add the data labels on this, it gets really busy. But if you do this data table, you don't lose any of the data points, but you can still see that trend really nicely. If you do that, they'll get rid of this legend because it's duplicated right here. So something like that. And then make sure and adjust the chart title too, so that I know you actually looked at it after you created it. That's one of the things I told my face-to-face classes. Chart title tells me you didn't look close enough to actually go update it, so give it a meaningful title. Like I said, the other two sheets people did pretty good on. This one was the most commonly missed. The most common things where we had that month thing, and then make sure and move the chart. Okay, so on Project 4, this one. This is working with tables. Tables are really cool, and I'm going to show you a few things outside of the project steps so you can kind of see where they're useful, okay, and then show you the things that were missed. It tells us to format A5 to E20 as a table, and again, the quick analysis button is right there. Go to tables, click on table, that step's done. Make sure and give it a style it says that you like, okay? And then it says to sort in ascending order by the description column. This is where tables are really useful. You get sorting really easily within the worksheet. Also filtering, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. Go ahead and sort A to Z. And then it says to add the totals below each model home that sum the total cost of the upgrade. So below each of these model homes, we want some of these upgrades. So when we click it here, most people did what would normally be perfectly acceptable. They would do a sum formula of these values. You hit enter, you take that fill handle and drag it over, and this is perfectly acceptable. This is a sum of these upgrades. But when you go over here and adjust filters to only show, let's say we want ceramic tile in the bathrooms, we want these other things, and click OK, those totals don't really work very well. In fact, they disappeared. Some versions don't work out so well. It'll keep that 44,000 original subtotal in there when you filter out. The point of this, though, was to be able to filter these out, adjust this upgrade cost, because in a minute when we do the total cost, that'll update as well. And it's really easy. I'm just going to undo until we get back to that step. It's really easy to make it work, but again, it's just one of those things you've got to do it this way in Excel to pick it up. If you click in here, you click on auto sum, it's going to add a subtotal of that. Again, same value amount. We'll drag that over using the fill handle. It's attached to this table, but now when we say, okay, we want this big window and this closet size upgrade and click OK, these subtotals will update to show only the values that we filtered to include, so we can add some more things that we would like to do because maybe we got a little extra money. subtotals will update there too. So that's the power of tables. We can filter out and select only the ones we want, and then if you use that auto sum, this subtotal for the upgrades is actually going to update every time you filter. So that's the way it should be, okay? So I add those all back. Excuse me. A23, we're going to add some text. Total model home price with upgrades. Okay, and then people miss this quite a bit too. In here, it wants you to do a total price that is the model home with the base price and the total upgrade cost. So we're just going to do equals the base price plus the upgrade cost. Notice it puts that formula in there. That means we're talking about a formula that's in that table. Hit enter, and then just use that fill handle to drag it over. Now we've got this total model home price with the upgrades. Let's say we need to get this to under $230,000. So maybe we don't care about these things. Click OK. We're at $239,000. Maybe we can't afford some of these things that we thought we could. Now we're at $219,000. We'll see those total price update based off of the options that we filtered to include here. All right, so that's project 2 and 4. Those are the most common missed things. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. There's some other steps in there like changing orientation, centering it vertically. Remember, most of that can be done from the print backstage view, and then from there you can also go to the page setup too. So let me know if you have any questions.